Hey guys, I'm gonna go over the review and try to explain it the best I can. But essentially, what this topic is about is just knowing a bunch of rules and just following different formulas. So, okay, so we need to look at this. Since it's less than zero, our answer is gonna be negative. All right. And then secant, if you look right here, secant is gonna be cosine over one. So it's actually the opposite of cosine. So that means that cosine is equal to 4 over 11. And now that's cosine and sine. We're trying to find this. We can use the Pythagorean identity this, which is, try to write it fast. 1. All right, so now we have this formula. So you got to plug this in here and then make sure to square it. And if you square it, the full formula is actually 4 squared, 16, 11 squared, 121 equals 1. And then now that we have that, we have to minus this to find sine. So put it right here, and then turn this 1 into a fraction. So to make it look nicer, it's sine squared, equals 121 over 121 minus 16 over 121, and that equals, do the math, 105 over 121. And then you got to look at how it's squared, so you have to square it, and if you square it, it's plus or minus, but we're looking for the minus, so then that would just give us, if you square this, then it would be 11, so the answer is 105 minus, all right, that's the answer. Okay, next question. Let's try this fast. I don't want this to be very long. Okay, so this is also pretty easy. You start off with the Pythagorean identities, so write it down. Sine theta plus cosine equals 1, because it gives us cosine, so that's good. Um, so if you square 1/4, it gives you 1/16, because 4 times 4 equals 16. So, and it gets rid of the negative, so that's good. 1, and then obviously it's gonna turn into 16, and sine is gonna equal uh 15 over 16. You guys gotta do the math, 16 minus 1. So, oh, forgot. Also, you have to square root it. So, square root it. And it's going to be positive because it's greater than 0. So, sine is equal to 15, and 16 squared is 4. So, 15, 4. And that's one. That's 1. So, we got to find 4 more. And sine is the opposite of sine is cosecant. So, you just flip that around. You just flip it. So, that's pretty easy. So, oops, messed up right there, but it's okay. So 15, 4, because it's opposite, and then times by 15, 15, and that gives us 15 and 4, 15. So that's that cosecant is equal to that, and then secant is the opposite of cosine. Since it gives us a cosine right here, you just flip that around, and so it's 4, negative 4. Come on, you just flip it around. Equals secant. And also, we know cosine and sine because we solved for it. So then if you want tangent, then tangent is going to be equal to this and this, I mean this. So then you just put it 15 divided by 4. And and then you put this in a calculator and simplify it. 4 over 15, I think. Negative. I think. No, it's no, I got it wrong. Frick. It's just square root of 15. Negative. And it's negative. I don't know why it's negative, but it is. And then cotangent is it's pretty self-explanatory. It stops it, but you gotta rationalize it. So cotangent. Okay, yep, that, and then the final answer would be uh, I forgot why it's negative, but just trust me, it's negative. Yeah, yeah. All right. Next question. Damn, this is gonna be a long video, guys. So we look at the Pythagorean basic identities again. it doesn't say here, but cosine negative is going to be equal to cosine positive. So what does that mean? Well, that means we can just rewrite this as and rewrite that as you know um you know it's the same thing. 10 10. And then you gotta look. This is the Pythagorean identities again, like right here. So if you're trying to solve for sine, you minus cosine, and it looks like the same thing. So then you put sine here and squared. And same thing with this. This is the equation. Um, so then you just put it. And then since secant is cosine, which is this, just imagine a sine over 1 over cosine, and if you divide a divide, it's equal to multiply. So it's sine times cosine. And if you didn't understand what I just said, I'm just explain it like diagraphically. This is basically the same as this, and if you divide the divide, you're basically multiplying. So it gives you this. So that's the answer. Now we move on to this one. It's still Pythagorean identities. We just gotta like kind of match it. So it's kind of easy. This is equal to tan. You just kind of just kind of look for it. Um, secant. Okay, it's right here. That equals cotangent. Oh, why did I put 0? I didn't mean to. Let me erase that. Okay, so and do the same thing again. So cotangent is basically equal to this. And there's an issue with Mr. Giordano's review. He like doesn't kind of he just kind of expects you to know this, but if in case you didn't know, it's equal to that. So if you multiply dividing again is equal to multiplying together. So 10 10. And if you do that, you can still simplify it. So it's 10 4 because if you know 2 equals 4. So that's going to be the answer. And you can prove it if you because tan equals, well, it equals right here, sine over cosine. So if you put sine over cosine divided by sine over cosine divided by sine over cosine, because it's asking you write each expression of sine and cosine, simplify it. So it's gonna be a lot of writing, but I'll write it out. um but you get the idea, right? Tangent is equal to this. So you're gonna have to divide cosine. I mean, you're gonna have to divide sine by cosine, uh, and then divide that by yeah, cosine divided by cosine. So that's basically equal to this. Oh wait, no, this, and that equals it equals this. It's kind of confusing, but it equals just sine and cosine times cosine. And that equals yeah. So that's the answer. Next one. All right, this is a pretty easy one. You just gotta know the rules. So this is a Pythagorean identity. We just look at the freaking equation, yo, and that is equal to, just wait. Yeah, that's just equal to secant squared. So secant, and if you just divide by the regular, just non-square root, it just gives you secant. Um, you just gotta tell them. You just gotta write it that you just know. Um, because Pythagorean identities. Pythagorean. So yeah, and then this one, this one's a little more complicated. Um, you just replace everything with tangent. Um, essentially. Uh, so we just focus on this one real quick. Yeah, cotangent x equals 1 over tangent. So there's gonna be a lot of tangents. Um, so you replace it. Uh, okay, and then 1, 10, minus 1. Oh, minus 1. It's freaking yeah, and then you see 1 right here. That is actually the 1 is equal to tangent over tangent actually. So and then you're just freaking replace the whole thing with just tangents everywhere. So the full equation I write down here is actually 1 tangent plus tangent over tangent, and then divide that by 1 over tangent, and then minus tangent over tangent, and then yes, and then after uh um you can combine this. You can combine this. This is like terms, still 1 plus tangent, and then combine that. This is like terms 1 my wait. Yeah, yeah, 1 plus tangent over tangent. And then divided by 1 minus tangent over tangent. So, 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 yeah, that's what are we supposed to do? Verify uh yeah. Yeah, that's the answer. Um then oh yeah, because if you're dividing to dividing, so um over tangent. So this is basically this, because you're multiplying because when you divide a divide, you actually multiply it. It's kind of weird, but tangent. Wait, yeah, man, it's just like that, bro. I don't really know how to explain it. And it just cancels out. So, uh, and then you just go back and then you just write this. You just write it's the same. Come on, like yeah. All right, next question, number 7. All right, we're halfway there. This one's a little bit easier. Um, just look at just look at this right here. And what does that equal? That equals cosine over sine. Um, and then you're multiplying it, so sine. And then you have cosine right here, and then this cancels out right here. Why? Because you're multiplying cosine, and when you multiply, like, okay, so if you have 1, no, if you have 2, and then you times you know, it equals 1, right? So it just goes away, and then it just leaves us with this, and that equals to 1. So that's all you have to write to prove it. So we're not really solving for anything. We're just letting him know that we know that it's like that is like that. This one here, it looks a little complicated, but it's actually very easy. They just throw in big numbers to confuse you. Um, so we have to write e t, and then that formula is equal to Jesus. I'm not gonna write the whole entire number, man. I'm just gonna put 6 because it's basically the same thing. 6t. It's the same right here. I don't want to write that many zeros. And then plus 3. And that equals, because since they both have 3 in it, we could put that outside the parentheses. So it goes right here. And then cosine plus, uh, it equals 3. You know why? Because if you add cosine and sine together, because this is basically the same thing like as each other. So you just Pythagorean identity, bro. This all goes back to Pythagorean identities right here. So Pythagorean identities. You remember the formula? I'll scroll back up. Uh, this formula. So it's equal to that, man. So if you add code, you get what I mean, right? So it's 1. So 3 times 1 is equal to 3. So that's your answer. Pretty simple. I hope I broke it down good enough. All right, here, what do we use? We're using the sum of difference angles. So one of these equations. But first we have to know that cosine -15 is equal to cosine 15. Those are just the rules, man, of math. I wish I could provide an explanation of why 15, but for now you're just gonna remember that. And then we have to find what angles, angles. Freaking 90, 60, 45, 30. What can we do to get 15? And since cosine, I'm just gonna write it, bro. 45 minus 30 is equal to 15. And the reason why we do that is we have to use this formula. Let me write it down. What formula do we use? Look, we know what formula to use because we look at this cosine, and then we see cosine right here, and then we look at this subtracting. So then we use this formula, and then that equals so let me just write it down in a different color. Actually, let me get rid of this. Cosine A over alpha. B. Alright, guys, it's a lot of writing. Oh, no plus. No plus. Wait, I messed it. Oh my gosh. A. So, and sine. So that's that. And then since this is A, and that's B. All we have to do is just put it in here, man, and then write it down. And that's gonna be a lot of writing, but write it. So it equals cosine 45, and then times cosine 30, and then plus sine 45, and then times sine 30. And then you use your fingers for this. We took a test on this, so hopefully you know the unit circle well enough to just know these off the top of your head. And it's really important that you just you can make the connections. And then you just freaking solve it. 3 times 2 square root of 6. 1 times square root of 2 square root of 2. 2 times 2 4. 2 times 2 4. And then since they're the same, we can just add them together. So quite frankly, it's 6. Yep, boom, that's it. And then uh this right here, since I'm not very good at radians, I'm gonna turn this into a freaking degree. So 7 times 180 divided by 12. You guys have a calculator for this, so it will be pretty easy. 7 times 180 is equal to that's 105. Blah, 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 blah. And then you know you just gotta find out. And you want these two numbers to be in range, right? Less than 90, bro. Like it is, right? To just find whatever this is. And wait, yo, disregard whatever I just said. All right, well, let's just try to find this. All right, we found this. Now we have to wait. This is the same formula. Oh my days, bro, so much writing, man. All right. Cosine 45. Cosine 60. What is the difference between subtracting and adding the for the formula, and how do you know which one you should use? So basically you so basically you could just do whatever you want, right? So you can add them or subtract them. Apparently I didn't know that. What the frick, you just use whatever you want. Like it's just whatever you want now. Always, like, before we had to follow a bunch of rules, but now it's just you just pick whatever you want. I didn't know that. Okay, so well, just convert it, and then four, and then you just get the answer like this. Yep, perfect. 2, and then 2. You guys get it. You guys get it. Right. All right, perfect. Now we're on 11. Okay, 11 is the same exact thing, except we use a different formula. So you see how this is sine. We just go over here, look at sine, and just pick this. We just pick this, and also we have to turn this into a freaking degree. So 13 times 180. Wait. And then, so to get that, you have to do. Ah, oh my gosh. 45, man. And then, bro, it's so much writing, bro. Freaking arm is gonna get tired. Okay, it's gonna get a little, but you guys get the idea, bro. You get the idea. So, mm, 2 plus 2. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be a very long video because I'm freaking so slow. Just math, man. Just math. And then boom, give us the answer. Boom, right there. 6. Oh, oops. Erase that, and then boom, over 4. Boom, just like that. Oh no, another one. Okay, another one. Now, see, look, it just says tangent, so we gotta go look at the formulas. Tangent. It's, it's okay, 15. So you can't really add to 15. You gotta only subtract 15. So then, because 10 is equal to 15. And tan 60 minus 45, and then the formula is this. I hope you don't have to memorize it. If you do, that kind of sucks. Yeah, man, it's gonna be it's gonna be pretty rough, this test. But really, you're not even solving for anything. You just gotta know. You just gotta know. And then A B. You already know the drill. Freaking convert it. Plug it in. And 60 minus 10, 45. Oh, one. Oh my, oh my shoot, bruh. Holy freaking plugging in everything, bruh. All right, now 10 over 60. Dude, you gotta know your unit circle for this one, man. Yo, if you don't know your unit circle, you're fried, man. Jesus. Because holy unit circle slop. Okay, multiply. Ooh, uh, golly. That equals um and then if you so these cancel out for some reason. Yeah, because you're subtracting, and then it becomes da da da, and then you combine it, and its denominators are going to be equal to -2. My bad, I had to think on that one. And then 4. You just got to do the math, man. Just yeah, you just got to do the math correctly, and basic algebra, we learned this in semester 1, and that's the answer. Perfect. Yeah. Yep, and this is the answer, and that's the answer. Okay. Now we'll move on to the next one. So now we get a little bit of a break. Um, this is pretty easy. So since tan is actually the opposite of this, cotangent, tangent, they're the opposite. Um, they equal to 90. Uh, so what do you know? Like, okay, so this and this equals to 90 apparently. Uh, I didn't know that. I learned that today. So, dude, I mean, like, if you didn't know that, then you would have you would have missed this question. Like you would have been cooked. Um, so do the math, algebra. I'm not gonna do that. So you just know, and then beautiful. That's the answer. Beautiful. And then this one too. You just gotta know, man. Cosine and sine they equal to 90. So you take this, take this. I think this was on the test. I think it really caught me by surprise because well, I kind of remember this being on a past test, but I think completely forgot everything. Algebra. Yep. And then, yep. 20. Beautiful. And we're almost done. This one. This one is I'm gonna say rough. All right. I don't know how to break it to you, but this is equal to that. I wish I could explain it, but can't. Maybe you guys could piece together the explanations. Like I wish I had the explanations, man. Jesus, holy writing, man. So much freaking writing. Oh yeah, yeah. This is equal to this. So yeah, and let me zoom out a little bit. So you got that, and then you just take the red, circle this, cancel out, boom, equals. Oh Jesus, that is not good writing. Beautiful. Oh, that's it. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. I hope this video helped, and I hope that this video wasn't that long for you, and you could have paid attention and followed along. Yeah. All right. See you guys later. Good luck on your test. Leave a like and subscribe if you want some more videos, and peace.